Hi everybody! Today I'm going to be starting a series over some basic makeup tricks and techniques and just how to, apply makeup. This is for people who are just starting out with makeup or don't know what some of the tools and tips and tricks that you can use to make your makeup look better. So today this is going to be part one of the basic makeup series that I'm going to be doing, and this will include how to do your basic face foundation, so your lotion, primer, foundation, and powder and stuff. So I'm just going to be showing you the tips and tricks that I learned. I'm not a professional makeup artist, but this is just kind of what I do and how I learned it, and it works pretty good for me. So I just wanted to share my knowledge with everybody else. We're going to jump right into it and get started. So the very first thing you want to for sure do is, before applying anything to your face, touching your face, you want to have clean hands. You want to wash your hands so you don't get any bacteria on your face. And then you're going to want to put on some lotion. I'm using the L'Oreal Paris Futur-E lotion for normal to dry skin. And I'll just take a few pumps on my hand and put that on your face. So then the next thing that you want to do is use a primer, and all a primer is, it acts as a like a layer between your foundation and your skin, and it just helps fills in pores, and it helps your foundation not to sink into your fine lines and pores and all that fun stuff. So that was pretty much what primer is, and it also helps with the longevity of your makeup. It just helps it last longer throughout the day and stay on better. So today I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Blemish Control Face Primer, and I'm using the Blemish Control because of my naughty not niceness on my face. So I just took about one pump of that, and you can usually just apply this to your T-zone if you like. So I will concentrate it there, but I also like spreading it out on my face pretty good. I like covering my whole face pretty much with it. But I'm really concentrating it in my T-zone area where I get the most oil and have the biggest pores. And you're going to want to rub this in until it gets like really tacky and sticky. You don't want it to be slimy and slidey all over your face, so you want it to be sticky and tacky so your foundation like sticks to it. Now I'm going to move on to foundation. You can put foundation on several different ways. Some people use their hands, which personally I don't like. I mean, sometimes I will blotch it on my face with my fingers, but I don't actually blend it out with my fingers. Or you can use a brush, and I like to use a flat Kabuki brush to put on my foundation sometimes. Sometimes I use the Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush and to apply my foundation. But most of the time I use a beauty blender. And a beauty blender is just a sponge that you get damp. You use it to put on your foundation. And I will show you how to do that. But first, there are hundreds of different kinds of beauty sponges you can get. The very first one that I ever got was the original beauty blender, and it looks like this. Sorry, mine's dirty, but it just looks like a little, kind of like an egg. It looks really tiny now, but once you get it wet and damp, then it will expand. Then this one I just got from L'Oreal, and yeah. So there's several different kinds. There's bigger ones, smaller ones, but this just helps your foundation be more moisturized, and it really blends it out nice onto the face. And I find that it doesn't get as cakey throughout the day. So this is my favorite way to put on my foundation, is using a beauty blender. So I'm going to take you into the bathroom with me, and I'm going to show you how I get these bad boys ready to put foundation on. Okay, so we're here at my sink, and here's the beauty blender. So I'm just going to turn on the water, and I just sit here and squeeze it, and you can see it expanding. And then just make sure it's good and wet, and then turn it off and squeeze. I squeeze all the water out. And there is your beauty blender. Now it's ready to be used. For my foundation, I will be using the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation. And I just like to pump my foundation on the back of my hand like this. With our damp beauty blender that we just got, I'm going to pick it up with, pick up the foundation. So I'm just gonna tap it in there and put it on your face. And so with this beauty blender, you don't want to like rub and smear. You want to press the product into your skin. Another thing I like about the beauty blender is that it doesn't steal a bunch of your products like a brush would. It leaves, pretty much puts all the product onto your face, and so you don't have to use as much. I like to drag my foundation down my neck a little bit because you don't want that line. When you're doing your foundation on the top of your head, you want to make sure that you blend it up into your hairline. You might get some foundation in your hair, that's okay. The next thing I'm going to do is conceal under my eyes. I like doing this so that it covers up the dark circles under your eyes. And so I'm going to be using the Maybelline New York concealer. It's the Fit Me Concealer. And I just like to put this in a triangle under my eyes because it helps your face look lifted. And usually I like to use a color that is a shade to 2 shades lighter than my foundation or skin tone. So it just helps to brighten up under there as well. So I just drag this out and then down. So you can kind of tell it's in a triangle. Then you can take your damp beauty sponge that you put your foundation on with and use the pointy tip part and just blend that out. I also like putting it on my eyelid because it kind of helps be a primer or base for your eyeshadows. So now you are ready to set your foundation and concealer. And to set my concealer, I'm going to use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And I like to mix 2 different colors. I like mixing this banana color and then this color. And I just take a pointed, like a tapered brush, and this one's the Morphe M438, and I just pick up a little bit of both of these, and then you set under your eyes where you put that concealer, and also the lid. This helps the concealer not to settle into any fine lines. Okay, so now I'm going to set the rest of my face with some powder. And to set my face today, I'm going to use the Milani Prep Set Glow Illuminating Transparent Powder. Any like foundation, powder foundation will work also. And I'm going to be using a big fluffy powder brush. This is the Morphe E3. And I'm just swirl it around in there and dust this all over my face. Yeah. You can go over where you already set your concealer, but you don't have to, so you can just kind of skip that area, but I like going over it again. So I'm really just throwing it all over the face. So the last and final step to make your foundation stay all day, look good, is to set it with a setting spray. If you don't set it with a setting spray, it'll probably cake up earlier on through the day. It won't stay as long. So I really recommend using a setting spray so that your foundation stays longer. And so today I'm going to be using the Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. And you just spray away as much or as little as you'd like. I like to use quite a bit, so. So that is pretty much all my tips and tricks and tools that I use to make my foundation look the way it does. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learned something from this Makeup Basics Part 1. I'm excited to start the other parts of this basic Makeup Basics. There are several different ways to do this. This is not the only way, the set way. Like people always say, there are no set rules in makeup. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed and want to see more videos. So I will see you in my next video. Peace.